Yeah, I think we're almost certainly going to see prices escalate further from here. But the reason this is affecting oil markets so much is that Russia, 10 million barrels a day produces 10% of the world's oil supply, and with the potential for escalations in the conflict. And potential disruption to oil supplies, if we did see sanctions which impacted Russia's ability to sell oil, or potentially service, its oil industry, that could have implications for oil supply, and certainly that's what the market is worried about. Of course, with gas, it's even more acute because remember, 30% of Russia's gas supply into Europe, comes through Ukraine, and of course, if there's any damage to that infrastructure, that has significant implications for European gas markets.
And Neil, dated Brent already hit 100 USD. How much higher do you think oil could go off the back of this?
I think we could be looking at Brent potentially getting as high as 110, 120, dollars a barrel. It really just depends on how much further the crisis, has to escalate. I think, prices are well supported by, the decade lows that we're seeing in commercial inventories, which have really been significantly reduced on the OPEC plus cuts. And so I think, oil prices certainly well supported at kind of, $80, $90 a barrel. But, there is the potential, of course, to go higher, if we see this crisis escalate, further. But we've also got to be cognizant of, some of the other things that could, pull that back. Talks are ongoing with Iran, and if there's any breakthrough in talks there, that could lead to another million barrels of supply coming onto the market. And then we've also got to think about demand destruction. The China economy is particularly, weak at the moment, and the higher prices go, the more demand destruction, that we're going to start to see. And certainly, if we get over $120 a barrel, it's going to significantly impact, I think, consumer behavior.